Hello, friends. A warm welcome to Ansarkari. And in this episode, taking up again economics optional paper one questions clearly in a way where you can understand, you can enjoy, and obviously you can bring certain changes in your approach if you feel so. And also the self-learning process. It is a kind of a very clinical and smart exercise. As you want to know more, you just go through all the previous episodes and you will find a pattern into it and a kind of a evolution. It is not a mechanical and just off the beat exercise. So let's see with question number one, analyze how direct subsidy makes an individual better off an indirect subsidy of the same amount. And like every time, I'll ask Mansi because this is paper one, so she's going to explain it, and then later I'm going to compare it, and then we will see what best we can conclude.
जी sir. So subsidy is a form of affirmative action tool, which is part of government's fiscal policy to reduce the socio-economic inequalities and increasing the overall welfare of society. So direct subsidy, it can take the form of a cash transfer through DBT like we have PM Kisan. So it shifts the budget constraint out, it shifts rightwards, which is tangent on higher indifference curve, which indicates that there is increase in consumer surplus and the welfare. So I've drawn exactly this thing, which is depicted graphically. And shift from point E to E dash, it is increasing the purchasing power because budget constraint is shifting out, which is deriving increased welfare. At the same time, direct subsidies they also have minimal distortionary effect of misallocation of resources, thus achieving social optimum level. Now, in case of indirect subsidies, so it can take the form of reduced prices, like we have subsidized food grains at PDS and free electricity to the farmers. But here, the negative
Correct.
externality which is generated is overconsumption and wastage of the resources, like under freebies. So, revenue expenditure is also high at the same time. So the
Very
law
true.
of diminishing returns, it fails to operate due to zero cost to the consumers because, for example, we see over
Over
application
application of
and
NK fertilizers, correct.
fertilizers. So therefore, a shift from indirect to direct subsidy is needed to achieve utilitarian objectives while maximizing the welfare. And although we can say that indirect subsidy, it comes in handy to elevate the multidimensional poverty also, that is also useful to some extent as used by the government, and government is not following a linear approach through direct subsidy measures only. So reforms like we have digitization that has reduced the distortionary impact of indirect subsidies. So for example, we have introduced GPS tracking for the food grains truck, introduction of Aadhaar for right beneficiary identification, and we have One Nation, One Ration card that have rather increased the welfare of the migrants as facilitative measure. So although direct subsidy, they are Pareto optimum over the indirect subsidy, but a balanced mix as per the feasibility, it can drive consumer welfare.
I think very clearly and very lucidly we have explained. In
जी
fact, in the beginning of this page,
जी
we are talking about we are although no, let's go down.
okay
Let's go
on
down only.
that page जी
Although yeah, this one. Although indirect subsidy comes in handy to elevate multidimensional poverty as used by the government, and not follow linear approach through direct subsidy only. Fine, you have taken the level higher. You have tried to put it very openly and in a very proactive and positive way. And I think language is also simple and it is flowing through.
जी
So we'll move on.
हम्म,
So liquidity trap is a failure of transmission mechanism and explains the importance of fiscal policy in recession. I think very good question.
जी
It is a beautiful question which helps us to, if we have understood the concept,
हम्म,
then we really would love to write something like this because this is helping us to, revisit the understanding of concepts.
जी sir. So here we will talk about Keynesian economics. So John Maynard Keynes, he stated ineffectiveness of the monetary policy as a counter-cyclical measure to revive the economy from recession. So he thus stated the important role of government, unlike the classicals who claimed that laissez-faire policy
Interesting.
will automatically restore equilibrium. And its working also failed during the Great Depression of 1930s that led to the introduction and relevance of Keynesian school widely adopted. So if expansionary monetary policy is followed during recession, then we see that rate of interest already they are very low, that it
Mhm.
cannot fall beyond that level. There is lack
Correct.
of future economic prospects, which fails to garner the private investment. And as a result, we see even after increased money supply, it fails to excite animal spirit despite low borrowing cost. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
liquidity trap that we have. The monetary demand curve, the money demand curve
EQE
becomes
dash.
totally elastic. So increase in money supply, still we are not seeing a significant fall in the rate of interest because the money demand curve is perfectly elastic at low interest rate. Increase in money supply, it fails to reduce the rate of interest, hence resulting in failure of the transmission mechanism. When we talk about the effectiveness of fiscal policy, so there is increase in public capital expenditure, there is reduction in taxes, which results in crowding in of the private investment, which generate jobs, income, and aggregate demand in the economy. So this is the shift, upward shift because of increase in the fiscal policy expenditure in the form of increase in aggregate demand, which we can see it is increasing the output in the economy, and we are moving out of the recession. So therefore, Keynes, it rightly pointed to the role of fiscal stimulus in reviving economy, as it was also seen during global financial crisis after effects in 2008-9 in India.
Wonderful. I think very clearly and lucidly explained.
Ji, sir.
We can move on. Yes.
So question number
The
3.
third question says, how does change in inventory show both extremes of the business cycle? Change
Ji.
in inventory.
Hmm.
Again, a very classical question.
Ji. So changes in inventory, it is an indicator of the expected change in the stage of a business cycle in an economy. So if there exists unplanned inventory buildup in the economy, it will point to the shift towards recession and later economic depression as a more severe form of it. So
Correct.
this result into layoffs, which erodes
Layoffs.
the purchasing power, excess production, or there is slump in the aggregate demand, and further
Correct.
reduce the production cycle, and it may result in shutdown of the plants due to losses also. So this is
Correct.
one extreme of the trade cycle, that is recession. And here we see recession where we see buildup of the unplanned inventory. This is inventory, and here we have time. So under boom, we see excess demand. So
Demand supply mismatch in the economy.
Hanji, sir.
Yes.
So recession and boom is a result of demand supply mismatch. And during the second extreme, that is the boom phase, the people will demand more than their income, resulting in increase in the credit supply. And it derives reinvestment in the production capacity to maintain the inventory surplus when supply matches the demand. So it increases job openings in the firms, increasing the bargaining power of the labor also. So therefore, changes in inventory, that is production minus sales, is an important economy indicator to prevent recession.
So what we can say is that all the answers that we have discussed, they are in a flow. They are having a very good language. They are not overly, vague. So only thing is that we could have added, say, maybe we will see when we compare that is we are not bringing any dimension, or maybe one or two dimension, or maybe some kind of, some key terms. That is all what we can say. We are going to check on that.
Ji, sir. So
Yeah.
here, in
Direct
the
subsidy is
direct
an
and
improvement.
indirect, it's an improvement
Correct.
of the indirect subsidy because the later it distorts the market price and leads to an additional substitution effect that lowers the welfare of society as a whole. So
So the language, for example, in the beginning, it is talking about how it is distorting market price and it is leading to an additional substitution effect, which
well,
lowers the welfare of society. So very objectively put up. We are also coming in this direction. We are not directly writing like this, but I think we will also be surely using such appropriate terms.
ji, sir.
Direct versus indirect, we have also drawn like this, I think.
So I've drawn only one, like one half, which is representing about the direct subsidy. तो इन्होंने इसमें indirect का भी include कर दिया है.
इसी के अंदर कर
इनडायरेक्ट
दिया.
भी इसमें है और डायरेक्ट भी दोनों है. ये जो शिफ्ट है डॉटेड बजट लाइन, ये आउटवर्ड शिफ्ट ये डायरेक्ट सब्सिडी का है जो IC3 के ऊपर मूव करेगा. इनडायरेक्ट वाला विल बी IC2 का जो IC3 से लोअर है. तो इसलिए वो दिखा रहे हैं कि डायरेक्ट ज्यादा वेलफेयर इंक्रीज करता है कंपेयर टू इनडायरेक्ट. तो पूरा डायग्राम फिर आगे इन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट E1 where utility is measured by IC1 in difference curve 1. Suppose indirect subsidy on commodity X is given. So budget line moves from AB to AB double dash, AB to AB double dash, and new utility maximizing point now it is reached at E2 point. So there is a shift from, or we can say a tilted shift in the budget line in case of indirect subsidy. So welfare increases to IC2. Now we consider impact of direct subsidy. So it enhances overall income of the individual. Starting from point even with the direct subsidy, so budget line will move out and new utility maximizing point will be E3 at IC3. So notice with same expenditure, which is on depicted by the budget line, even
even E2.
equal to even E3, the utility is higher in direct subsidy than indirect subsidy because IC3 is higher than IC2. So reason
Hmm.
why direct subsidy is
Okay.
better. Indirect subsidy has both income and substitution effect. So substitution effect is due to change in the relative prices, which is distortionary
Same point,
and
yes.
distort the market mechanism. While indirect in the direct subsidy, there is only an income effect because budget constraint shifts out and it leads to increase in
We
purchasing
have
power.
put up this point.
Mm. So indirect subsidy, it interferes with the choice of the individual, while direct subsidy, it does not interferes with the choice. So hence it is suggested that we replace all the indirect subsidy like PDS, fertilizers, fuel, etc., with one universal basic income for achieving the maximum welfare. However, indirect subsidy also serves other mechanism like facilitating the production and consumption of socially desirable material and nudges the people in a particular direction, that is education and health subsidy. So although direct subsidy is Pareto improvement over the indirect subsidy, still indirect subsidy is a fiscal tool that government uses for social welfare. So
So when we compare, so I think only the point is that here the graph had been used
or
for the same one
Hmm.
graph, only it is explaining both direct and indirect, and the graph is used to describe a bit part of it.
जी
I
सर.
think that is the only difference.
हाँ जी
Rest, I
सर.
think,
Also substitution effect के बारे में मैंने mention नहीं किया in the indirect subsidies.
तो हम कैसे कह सकते हैं कि मतलब आपके माइंड में वो जो ग्राफ वाली बात है कि दोनों क्यों नहीं आए, अगर हम कहें तो हमने क्यों नहीं लिए,
So
मतलब हमें लेने चाहिए थे और कैसे ले सकता है कोई,
हाँ मतलब ले सकते
और
हैं सर.
हम्म
वही मतलब रिविजन वाला एस्पेक्ट है थोड़ा सा कि
नो वरीज, ठीक है, रिवीजन वाली पार्ट है तो हम भी हो ही रहा है हमारा भी, ठीक है, हमारा रिवीजन हो गया इससे,
जी
दैट्स
हाँ.
फाइन, मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट
So
क्वेश्चन,
liquidity
यस,
trap वाले में some transmission mechanism refers to the way changes in the money market,
मनी
that is,
मार्केट,
interest rate is transmitted to the goods market, aggregate demand, and it is critical for the policy effectiveness. So liquidity trap and transmission mechanism. Liquidity trap refers to the flat LM curve where the interest responsiveness of the money demand is zero or infinite. कोई जो I stated as it is perfectly elastic. तो zero नहीं होता, infinite होते हैं, उन्होंने opposite लिख दिया.
नो वरीज, हाँ,
और LM curve इन्होंने for
दिस
separation
मेक्स
खाली
मनी
draw
मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी इनफेक्टिव, ठीक है,
as change in money fails to impact the supply
ठीक
interest
है,
rate. So fiscal policy during recession. So according to the Keynes, market is in a liquidity trap during the recession. Thus, transmission mechanism it does not work, and hence there will be no crowding out, and the fiscal policy is most effective. So उसी LM कर्व्स उन्होंने ये गवर्नमेंट मल्टीप्लायर शो करके दिखाया है. आई थिंक सर जो डायरेक्ट डायग्राम है लिक्विडिटी ट्रैप का वो दूसरा ही है जो मैंने ड्रॉ किया कि इंक्रीज इन मनी सप्लाई
ओके,
वाला एलिमेंट शो करके.
दैट इज यू थिंक इज मोर रेलेवेंट,
हाँ जी सर.
चलिए आगे,
With rise in government expenditure, IS shift हो जाएगा outside because वो goods market equilibrium दिखा रहे हैं. So since interest responsiveness in the money market infinitely high, excess money supply is absorbed without rise in interest rate. Transmission mechanism fails, no change in the interest rate, no crowding out. With fiscal policy under liquidity trap, income rises by multiple times, changes in G and is fully effective. So I think so. थोड़ा थोड़ा सा बीच में मेरे को लग रहा है कि कंफ्यूजन जनरेट हो रही है बट आई थिंक बाकी सारा सेम ही है.
सही है, कंफ्यूजन मतलब यहाँ पर जनरेट हो रही है और हमारे
हाँ.
पॉइंट में ज्यादा क्लैरिटी थी, ये आप
हाँ
कहना
जी.
चाह रहे हैं,
हाँ जी सर.
चलिए, चलिए आगे चलिए,
How does change in inventory show both extremes of business cycles? So Keynesian economics believe that investment demand is unstable. It depends on the animal spirit, which is primarily responsible for the business cycle. So business cycle and inventory change, aggregate demand curve. So during recession, we see when the economy is to the left of point E here, we see there is more of demand and this is the income line. So demand other than the income line. And there's depletion of the inventory takes place because excess demand, animal spirits kicks in, investment in the economy
आई
will.
थिंक यस,
So movement towards Y star takes place, new equilibrium established at E. Similarly, boom mein to the right of point E, we see there is more of income than the aggregate demand. Deficiency of demand hai, there's unwanted accumulation of inventories. Hence investment demand will reduce, output will decrease towards the equilibrium. So यहाँ पे see the boom accumulation of unwanted
तो
inventories.
बूम उन्होंने ऊपर, बूम हमने तो बूम नीचे किया था,
हाँ
नीचे
सर, मैंने
हमारे
यहाँ
मैप।
पे इन्वेंट्री क्योंकि डिपिक्ट किया था इसलिए मैंने वो
अच्छा,
ऑपोजिट
इन्होंने
बारे में।
हम्म,
तो उन्होंने
ठीक है।
ट्रेड साइकिल ड्रॉ करी है, बस ट्रेड
ओके,
साइकिल, मैंने इन्वेंट्री इधर डिपिक्ट करी थी, तो दैट इज व्हाई।
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है।
जी। So thus the annual spirit and the marginal efficiency of the capital guides the investment decisions. Changes in the inventories reflect the recession and the boom of the business cycle.
So I would say that many ideas and the firmness and the clarity is also emerging. एक
जी,
चीज बस मैंने जो नोट की कि उन्होंने एक तरीका जो है कि आप ग्राफिकली उस चीज को रिप्रेजेंट करके उसको थोड़ा सा
उसी को
एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं।
एक्सप्लेन करके, हाँ
हाँ,
जी।
हमने हमने पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट भी एक्सप्लेन किया और हमने वो भी लिया, तो एफर्ट यानी कि इसमें और थोड़ा स्ट्रक्चर्ड हो गया हल्का सा।
हम्म।
और बाकी लैंग्वेज इज ऑन ट्रैक, वी कैन राइट मे बी 5% लेस,
जी।
एंड आई थिंक इट इज वेरी स्ट्रक्चर्ड। बाकी आप बताइए क्या कहेंगे।
हम्म। हाँ जी सर, मतलब जैसे मैं दोनों अप्रोच फॉलो कर रही हूँ कि मैं डायग्राम भी ड्रॉ कर देती हूँ और फिर एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ, डायग्राम के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रही, बट मैं रियल लाइफ
हाँ
एग्जाम्पल
तो
लेके थोड़ा ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ।
नहीं,
तो
ठीक है, तो डायग्राम के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन करने से ऑब्जेक्टिविटी
थोड़ा
बढ़ जाती है,
टेक्निकल,
बस आप
हाँ
ये रिफर कर।
टेक्निकल हो जाएगा लेकिन सर वो
थोड़ा सा तो, लेकिन इतना तो हम देख रहे हैं कि बिकॉज दिस हैज बीन द फ्लो, तो
हम्म।
हम इतना तो करें ही, बिकॉज यू आर ऑल्सो अवेयर ऑफ द सेम थिंग। ऐसा नहीं है, वो ग्राफ
हाँ
दिखा
वो
के आप
तो
उसी को।
इजी
हाँ
है।
तो हम उसको, हाँ वो इजी है तो हमारे लिए और भी अच्छा है, लेकिन हम उसको तो लें, मतलब वो माइंड में रखें।
जी।
भले ही हम उसको कर दें, और उसके बाद थोड़ा सा रियलिस्टिक तो है ही, आई थिंक एक मिडिल पाथ तो लेना जरूरी है,
हम्म।
क्योंकि हम जब देख रहे हैं कि पहले इस पे स्कोर हुआ है,
हाँ जी।
और एक पैटर्न रहता है स्कोर करने का,
हाँ।
एक तरीका तो है ही हर सब्जेक्ट के, हर
हम्म।
सब्जेक्ट का, तो हम उसको बस हम माइंड में ले सकते हैं कि यस, दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द वेज।
जी।
और we will keep ourselves unique and simple also, but then this is one point
हाँ
which can take up and try to inculcate in one's own answers.
जी सर।
So I think good points, good discussion, and hope these insights and also the background story is really going to help someone who is looking into things sincerely in their preparation, because structured approach, planned process is the only way to success, because this gives you satisfaction and also a confidence to move on all the times. Thank you very much for being with Ansarkari.